Hello. Hello. What's up? How is it going? It's a pleasure having you, all of you guys here. Super awesome. So let me say hi. What's up, Godfather? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Mijo? What's up, Regger? I'm saying it in order that you enter the stream. What's up, Nick? Welcome to the stream. Also, you can say so. What's up? And Born. Of course. What's up? How's it going, guys? It's super cool that like every single time that I get to do the streams, I always have something to show that's cool now, because we're getting closer to like having or now we're working on more visual things, so I have more things to show rather than just like code changes, you know. And Lake Monster is over here too. Says hello. What's up, Lake Monster? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, Born. Really appreciate it. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Born? And need to say I've reached a little bit of a decision when it comes to Souls Collector 3. What happens with Souls Collector 3? Yeah, so let me give you a little bit of an overview of what we're gonna be looking at today. And yeah, so it's basically, well, we can go over exactly what I've done in GitHub. So let me open GitHub desktop, and I'll be showing you as I am, like in order of changes, you know. So let's pull up the history. I'm gonna share you my screen. So yeah, the first thing is, well, player stamina and running. That task was from last stream, so that's where we ended up last stream. So I'm just going to deactivate something that I want to show you later, just so we can focus on the change to the animation of the player running. Alrighty, so here we are. You notice that the head of the player is a little bit different, and I was thinking of changing the player just because I changed the way I do eyes, and like the shape of the head, you can see it's a little bit different too, because I plan to texture the face. It's not like it worked before, like just having a dark sphere for the head, but now it has a different shape, and I plan to texture it later so you can later do things like picking your skin tone with the character customization. So yeah, there needs to be a texture for that to happen. That's a little bit more complex, you know. And need to say, I don't want to work on it anymore. On Souls Collector 3, it's annoying to work with. Well, I'm not going to like discourage you from quitting. I think if you have been doing a project for a long time and it's like you're rolling around the same problems, or you're not doing that much progress, and you would like to like do some more progress in other plays, especially when it's a game jam project, like just quit it where it is, or leave it on standby. It can be on standby for years. If you want to touch it again, you can start working on it again. But yeah, I would say it's not very bad to like just leave projects, and you have learned quite a lot, I would say, or I would expect you to have learned quite a lot from that project. So it's good anyway. It's good anyway. You can take that knowledge to another project that gets you more excited. Born, you say, don't feel too great today. Glad that you're good. Why is it that you're not feeling good? Are you sick or something, or maybe something else, Born? Nice day to see Nick having a burnout. No, that's no good. Well, it had to happen someday. Well, yeah, as I was saying, I will probably change the eyes. It's no longer going to be as part of, like, it's not going to be a mesh. It's going to be part of the texture. And I was thinking, I'm not sure if I'll be implementing this, but a way for you to, since the facial features are going to be in the texture itself, I can make it so you can pick the shape of your I don't know, your lips, your nose. Well, not your nose. It's gonna be all in the texture, you know. Maybe the shape of your eyes, the color of your eyes, and stuff like that. But I haven't really like defined that as something that's gonna be in the game. It's just an idea that I had. And need to say, I just decided I won't be taking it anymore and sitting not doing anything at all. I want to make it functional from the current state, and then I'll do something else. Well, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. It's fine. Alright, so yeah, the running animation. Here it is. It's super. It's nothing too fancy, nothing too complicated. Let me get into the light so you can see this better. But I think from the previous stream, there was a lot of sliding going on, especially with the walking. Now there is no sliding. I think there's like very little slide, so I think it's looking good, both the run and the walk. And they transition better now, because I found so many problems there. Because if you see the other stream, like last stream, you will see that the boots, or well, the feet of the player animate differently. Like the left and right foot were animating differently, so they look bad. Tali, what's up? Hey, you say, hey, long time no see. Yeah, it's been a long time. I hope you're doing good. How are you, Tali? And Born, you say, Roman, can we please have a face reveal at 2K subs? I'm a little bit shy. I don't know if I'll do it, but yeah. Okay, yeah. At 2K subs, I'll do a face reveal. And you can say, so you say. Then I think I just have to quit then, lol. Well, it's depending on the type of project, you know. If you plan to make a game and you have committed yourself to like making a game for a determinate amount of time, and you want to like see it through, it's one thing. That's where you don't quit. But Nick, the Souls Collector 3, the game Nick was working on, really came to be because of a game jam that we both participated in. And yeah, that was a game jam game. And he decided to then expand it, and expand it, but it didn't really have a clear goal from the beginning. And Hyundai, what's up? How are you, Hyundai? It's good to have you here. And tell you say, how's the game looking and how are you? The game's looking good. Let me tell you. It's looking good. Maybe not that good over here, but I would say in the interiors, it looks fantastic. I can show you around a little bit if you wanna like see how it looks. And also, yeah, since you haven't been here, this is how the spells look now. It's different from what it used to look, and I would say it looks way better. Like, I'm very satisfied with how the visuals are in the game. And then you say, not like I can even pivot and sell it. Well, you could, but it would be like so much work, and probably if you want to have a commercial project, you would do a lot of reworks and stuff like that. But is it something? Is that something that you? Well, is that really something that you would like to do with that project now? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. It doesn't sound like it. Looks so different from last time. Holy, yeah, dude. I've been like just making graphics for like a month. I've been just working on graphics and the day night cycle too. So for Hyundai and Tally, I'm just gonna go super quick and go over here on the time manager so you can see the day and night cycle, because I think it's looking very cool, very cool. So I'm gonna turn it to 64 times the regular like time, so you can see how the day and night happens. The clouds don't really work that well when I multiply the time, but they look good with the normal time. So yeah, this is the day and night cycle too, if you wanted to like take a peek of how it looks. Yeah, let me put that back to 1. And of course, all of the UI is still like the same, but I'm gonna be working on that maybe in 2 weeks, because it has been so much work. I thought I would have a demo by, or sorry, a build by this week. I won't. But likely I will have it next week. Nick, you say, I'm waiting for the build so I can see the spell animations in something that's not for ADP. Yeah, it's not gonna be that long. Not gonna be that long. And Hyundai, you say, I'm very satisfied with this. Well, I'm very glad. I'm very glad. You say, I'm doing good. By the way, I wonder how you feel this far. This far in the development. Like if you're talking about personal life, I'm doing good. If you're talking about the development of the game, I think it's good too. Like very good. We are on track to release by the time I had expected. If not, maybe it's gonna be 1 or 2 more months at max of what I expected when I first like when I first like put a time up on Steam for the game to release. That you say looks like a different game, yeah, because it was the prototype graphics and it looked very generic too. But now these are the real graphics that the game's gonna have. Maybe a little bit of polish here and there, but this is roughly the graphics I'm going for. Better add Timothy still. Dude, I have the task over there on Notion. I haven't forgotten about that. I still have it over there. Need you say, not to say it's bad. I need you say, no, this is not a commercial ready. Nobody will buy it. That market is oversaturated, and expanding on or reworking it would mean making it from the ground up, which is not ideal. Yeah. Not to say it's bad. It's still having some. Yeah, it's not. it's like there are so many little games and demos that are cool, you know, but if you wanted to have that as a like game that you would buy, it would take like so much more effort than just making a cool prototype, a cool demo as you have. Yeah, it feels like an eclipse. It's because the clouds are not very high up. Maybe I'll need to tweak that. I'm going to go like self-publish. I'm not going to go with a publisher because it doesn't really make sense for my case. The only case that I would get a publisher is if I wanted, or if I knew there was like a publisher that goes for the type of game that I'm making and also is very good at marketing. Because it wouldn't really affect me positively. Dude, I'm struggling. It wouldn't really affect me positively in any other sense more than just marketing. Okay, so yeah, let me show you what what I've been working on for real over this week. Because I've designed the concept of all of the enemies. Well, I can show you. It's more of a design thinking thing more than anything else, but I do have some visuals over here to show you. So yeah, I have a lot of things that I have defined, and here is the table of the enemies that I want to have. These are code names. These are not the real names of the enemies. But here I have like what's the name. A concept made by AI. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to pay someone to do concept art, but it's not really something that I'm using to make the characters. It's just something that I'm using to like get a reference of how certain elements look like for example parts of the clothing and stuff like that. But it's not really something that I'm using. But I just have it over here in case that you wanted to know. Here the tier of the enemy that it is, because I will have multiple tiers of enemies. We will have swarm enemies that are super like easy to beat and they are not a threat unless they are in a group. We have the grunts, which are your regular enemies, like baseline of the difficulty of the game. Then we have the brutes, which are like stronger, not necessarily like the tiers don't necessarily mean they have more health and attack stronger. It just means that they are mechanically more difficult, you know. Maybe they have more attack patterns, or the attack patterns are more complex and they can have more health too, and attack faster. And then we have tier 4 elites, which are basically before mini bosses. That's what you have. And yeah, I have defined like how do they look, how do they behave, what are their attack patterns, so I can just go ahead with implementation when I do like have everything defined. And I went into making the first one, which I'm gonna show you right now, and I would like you to tell me what you think about it, because I think I really like it, but I would like you to tell me what you think. So let me get the soldier. This is the first enemy that we have. Let me press oh well, it is kind of animated. I'm gonna show you well, the animation is not final or anything. It's just to like show you the visuals, but this is how it looks in game. And yeah, before anything else, what's up, Nipple? How are you, dude? So yeah, here we have it. It's like a basic soldier is one of the baseline enemies that we have. And also, dude, look at the metal. Look at the metal on the pieces of the clothing. I spent a lot of time just improving the shader that I was using, the main shader, to support roughness on specular maps for doing metallic and more like smooth or rough parts individually. Like for example, in the texture that I have the the helmet, there is the vast majority of the helmet is metallic, but for example the strap over here that you can barely see, to be honest, it's not metallic at all, you know. So I didn't want to be forced to like have the objects be textured separately only because they have different specularity on roughness. So yeah, here we are. We have that defined, and he doesn't really do anything but be there. And yeah, you can see how the lighting reflects differently in the metallic objects. And Godfather, you say, Roman, add some cheat codes. He'll probably add some like arrow combinations that you can press to get some Easter eggs or something. And Hyundai, you say, do you post on the Unity Reddit or other socials to boost the popularity? I haven't been posting that much, to be honest, because I wanted to get a demo. I will probably not be able to make the demo to Next Fest, so I will start getting into social media again in like 3 weeks or so. But I want to prioritize just having a game that is worth looking at before promoting it, you know? Nepal, you say, good man, how about you? It's awesome to hear that you're good, dude. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Tal, you say, I'm lucky I can even watch this live on just mobile data alone. That's nice. You say, I can tell, can't wait for the Timothy to be added. And Nick, you say, way up high in sky with the sun in his eyes, and it's nice. What's the... Is that the lyrics to a song? Yeah, metallic object look metallic. In fact. Yeah, in development still. Oh yeah, the game is about magic. So, you know, you're not just walking around these guys. And yeah, you can see like it's set up. So it works, you know. At least the health component of it. But it has to have more complex behavior so it can patrol around places. It will have 2 distinct attacks. It will behave like very differently from what from how it's behaving now, and also will be animated differently. Yeah, when I have a demo, that's why it's so important to have a demo, and why I've been like not that active in social media. Because I just want to have something that's worth looking at, first of all, because no one really cares about prototypes that much, unless you're a developer that has already developed something cool, which I'm not. Or, well, yeah, that's the option. Or it's not a prototype, and you have something that looks more like a game, and people are more interested in it, because it doesn't look like chunks of textures and just solid colors. Yeah, let's activate this soldier so you can see this again, and this way I can show you. Oh, what's going on with him? Enemies manager is null. No, it's not null. Okay, I'm just gonna activate it. I'm gonna leave it deactivated, and I'm gonna enable it as soon as the game starts. Okay, now it works, because it was missing a reference to something. All right, so yeah, I wanted to show you how the elements look like, because that's why I have spent so much time on the shaders, so I can make sure they look good. But if I don't show it, you're not gonna be able to tell, you know. So yeah, those are the shaders. I think you have seen them before. Nothing too new. And here we have the hex. You know, so those are all working. And you can see in the... yeah, something that I wanted to show you is that thing that I told you about the... well, I'm not sure if I told you exactly that. But... the head on the characters has a custom shader too, which allows me to, like, dude, the eyes are separated from the texture. That's why I can change exactly what's the color of it and how they glow, and it's like separate from the texture. So yeah, what I was saying before is I could do the same thing for the player, and that way I could let you pick stuff like your like how your nose looks, how your lips look, how your eyes look, what's the color of your eyes, and stuff like that. Oh yeah. So about the goal of the game, there are different settlements in the game that are conquered, or like, yeah, they're basically conquered by magic, like an archmage. It's the main villain of the game, has control over all of these settlements, and what you have to do, what you have to do is go to all of these settlements and start liberating them. So you fight the enemies that are over there, and in each one of those settlements, you're gonna, after you defeat it or you liberate them, you're gonna get a new spell. You're gonna make people start coming to that settlement, so they settle, settlers. There you can like get a merchant, for example, where that it's gonna allow you to buy new equipment. Or there are, for example, parts over here which have chests on these settlements, and you can get stuff like consumables or new pieces of equipment or different stuff like that, just money, which is gonna work for you, or it's gonna allow you to buy things as passive abilities for your armor and stuff. That's the main loop of the game. You go to the settlements and you liberate them. It's not a very long game. It's meant to take, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours maybe, or yeah, 6 to 12 hours maybe. Yeah, and the enemy that I just showed you is the basic enemy, and it's just because this is just like visually here, but he's not really there. Like he's not the smartest of them all. But I will make it a little bit smarter later. This is just for visuals, and I wanted to have something to be killable, so I can try the other systems of the settlement, because I have a bunch of things to keep track of. Like for example, when you kill all of the when you kill all of the enemies in a settlement, they can't appear anymore over here. And then I have to make the NPCs come. A lot of different things. So I wanted to have something that can be killed. And I would say if you chose, I would say if you chose something cool, albeit a prototype, people will be interested. Yeah, I think that's makes sense. But the thing is, before this version, or like this visual overhaul, the prototype didn't really look that appealing, Yeah, he's there, but he's not really there. And Moinlef is over here, says, bro, what's up, Roman? What's up, Moinlef? How is it going? You can say holy visuals. Oh, thanks. Nepo say, I mean, I'll do everything I can to help you out, and I'll play it for a while to help people discover you. Well, thank you, dude. Really, really appreciate it. Once you get the demo, that is. Yeah, the demo is not going to come until later. I will just say later, because I thought, dude, I'm delusional. I thought I would be able to have a demo in 2 months. No way. I think we'll have a demo by November. If I'm being realistic, November or beginning of December, to have a proper demo that can be played on Steam. That's a real time frame. Slandering the basic enemy, very sad. We love basic enemy. For now, the guy is called Soldier. I really just gave the enemies in the roster code names. And Tali, you say it went from cool game to what the fuck is this? It's looks so much better. Well, thanks. And Big Boy is still here. It's still here and functional. It's probably not gonna make it. He's sick. He's not gonna make it. No, but for real, probably not gonna make it into the full game as like part of the real world. Let me see if I can put it over here. Let me move the big guy, because he's still functional. I'm not sure how functional he is, but he's there. Yeah, the thing is, I was saying the last stream, I think, that if I have this guy, which I probably won't discard completely, I will not have it as part of one of the regular enemies in the game. I will leave it untextured, like unchanged, just in a corner somewhere that you will have to find in the world as an Easter egg, and you can fight it. But yeah, it's more of an Easter egg rather than a real enemy of the game. I knew you would sacrifice him anytime soon. And Nepo say, gonna be playing some Overwatch in a little while. I want to make a 3D FPS zombie game with Overwatch elements. So like powers and stuff? That would be cool. So I need to force myself to like that kind of game. Well, if you don't like it, well, it's two things. Either like you really like a genre and you want to make a game about it, or you hate a game so much because of some particular things that you want to make a game just to fix that thing, those things that you don't like. Asnok is over here. What's up, Asnok? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Yeah, imagine someone just stumbling into him, like it doesn't have any context or anything. It's just there, without the textures of the game. And I think the shader still works. Let's see if yeah, it still works. It's just that he's not pathfinding correctly. But he's there more than the other enemy, to be honest. Well, he's just navigating inside the building. Nepo said that's the thing. I like the controls and when I play against bots, yeah. But against actual people, too competitive. Yeah, I get it. There are games that I like a lot, but I don't know. The community is, which is not bad, to be honest. The community is super competitive. So whenever I get to a match, they just destroy me, and I don't have like any chance to do anything. So it's kind of frustrating. Yeah, I was thinking about Italy. I was thinking about a cave or something that's not very visible. It's something that either you know because you have seen the devlogs that it is somewhere, or you know exactly where it is because of the devlogs, or you just discover it. And what's particle meter? A particle emitter for the clouds. No, I haven't used particle emitters. I made a script that is the... well, I can show you. How do I handle the clouds? I think I have a cloud manager. That's it. So I have 4 different types of clouds. I have set up different prefabs for them. And I have a pool of these clouds that I can just make appear and disappear. Scaling it up and down. When they get to a certain limit, like they just go away. You're not going to see them, so it's not worth rendering them. Here I can modify things like what's the wind direction, the wind speed, where they appear, the altitude, like how high up they are going to show up. Like for example, let's change the wind direction to something like 2 on the X, and you can see they are gonna start moving like differently. Let's do 2 on the white too. Is it working? I hope it is. Maybe it's just the new clouds that are going to start moving that way. Yeah, you can see that. I can modify it over there. The game doesn't have music at all. I plan to, I don't know, I think I probably will spend all of the budget of the game, which is very low, on just getting music from someone. Because I suck at making music. And Tal, you say, did you basically scrap everything and start again? No, not really. I have kept most of the game. I would say I've only scrapped or changed 20? Or sorry. Yeah, I've only scrapped or changed like 20% of the game. Like 80% of the game is there. It's because of the visuals, it looks so different, but it's really the same game. Napoli say that's how I felt with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3, not the reboots, the OG games. I had to play for 8 hours straight to get somewhat decent. Yeah, they have like steep. It's not steep learning curves. It's like the master curves are hard to like follow just because everyone else is so ahead of you. How do you say? It may also be my gaps in knowledge from one stream, one in a blue moon. Yeah, I think that's maybe it. Yeah, there have been some very various things like added to the game, and that's why it may look like a different game. But I haven't really scrapped anything. I have just well, I have scrapped some things, but mostly I've just added stuff. So yeah, that's what I've done. I can show you like those are the planned enemies. That's my work for this week, to be honest. Some other things like these are things that I have to follow when I design an enemy, and they are mostly designed, but I just have to design the concept of the mini bosses and stuff. And yeah, this is a banked concept that I'm not going to implement because I will have. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this. Why didn't I mention this before? But you probably know if you have been in other streams, you probably know. But all of these enemies, which are we are just gonna have 8 enemies, which sounds like not a lot of enemies, but it's really. Hear me out. So with these 8 enemies in the regular roster. I'm not counting mini bosses and bosses. I will have variations for each of them. So it can be, let's just say for each element, excluding Hex, we're gonna have a variation of the enemy. So if we have a soldier, we're gonna have a regular soldier, we're gonna have a fire soldier, an ice soldier, what are what are the other elements? Electricity. Did I forget what I have? Yeah, that's it. So it would be like 4 variations and even another one for like nighttime. I'm still not sure about that. But yeah, just imagine the variation 8 times like 4, you know? And that's not counting the mini bosses or the bosses. And what else was I saying? Oh yeah. The elemental enemies are not only going to be a reskin of the, like a reskin of the regular enemy, they are gonna have an extra attack, which is gonna be elemental. So yeah, it's gonna be mostly a reskin, but there will be a change in how they attack you too. So it's not just purely visual, it's visual and a little bit of an extra thing for elementals. You resetted my brain with that slip. And Nick, you say nighttime should just be a status, to be honest. Yeah, but I was thinking, and maybe I won't include it. If you don't like it, I won't include it. But what I was thinking is maybe there are some variations of mini-boss, for example, that you can only find at night at a certain place, you know? Because remember that this is an open world game. It's not just like pick a settlement and go liberate it. It's gonna be open world, so you will have to navigate. And while you're navigating the open world, which is gonna be a small open world, you will find enemy camps apart from the settlements. You'll find positions where mini bosses will spawn, and yeah. So I thought maybe nighttime in certain spots there will be some very rare enemy variations. Godfather, you say, Roman, take 50k gold and give me 50k stalls in game. I can do that, but I'm not sure. I don't want to put cheats on the game. I'm not going to make it that hard to like just modify the files if that's what you want to do. But I would say cheating or like adding money, for example, in games is boring. It's boring unless you're on your like third playthrough or something, because it like subtracts from the challenge of the game, you know. I'm not going to make it hard to modify the files, but I'm not going to like put it there to just like add money to the game. How do you say? So is this game gonna be a mix of Zelda and Helldivers then? Yeah, kind of. In the exploration sense, well, it's heavily. I'm gonna tell you what it's inspired by. Heavily inspired by Zelda, Breath of the Wild specifically. It's also inspired by Helldivers specifically, just because of the way you cast spells. And they had another game which is Magica, which was basically this, or well, it was more of a top-down thing. But it was also spelled with directional like inputs. And Dragon Mark for Death, which is a game that I discovered, like was suggested by someone that saw the first devlog of the game. And what else? Elden Ring, of course. Like a lot of these like very popular games that are open world, that are like master classes on how to make an open world. Of course, I'm very inspired by them. One Life, you say, can we make mods? Yeah, I hope so. I plan to make it after I make the game. I will try to make it as easy to make mods for. Like I plan to like give proper support for mods. And Nepo, you say, I know this is something we definitely talked about. Once Mega Mage reaches a certain threshold in sales, you should add multiplayer. Yeah, I thought about it more. I have said no. Like, it's not because I... well, at the beginning, I wanted to add it. And I said no because of time constraints and money, basically. But later, it's because of time and... because, well, if I became a millionaire, time would no longer be a concern. But the problem is still stands, which is this game was not designed to be multiplayer in the first place. So even though I could like hack it around to make it multiplayer and like make you be able to play the whole game co-op, nothing is tuned for you to play in multiplayer. But we'll see about it. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll get a lot of money. We'll see. What does proper support even mean? I don't know. You tell me. Because I haven't made mods. But I would expect certain practices in code to be adequate for mod support, like basically making the life of the modders easier. I already made that kind of API for Blindguard and made a LiveSplit integration tool. That's a given. Nepal say Elden Ring wasn't designed to be a multiplayer, so they made Night Rain. Yeah, I haven't played Night Rain, but yeah, there are so many things that are just like thought for one player. And for example, in Elden Ring, yeah, you can play multiplayer, like invite your buddies over to defeat a boss, but it's not the whole game. Say, Godfather, Roman make bad boy. Who's bad boy? The big guy or big boy? Sorry. Look like my avatar. Like give him like a hat and stuff. And Napoli said the dev behind Flowstone Saga said that he plans to add a roguelike for it, and he is estimated to take 6 months to do so. Yeah, once you have the full game, that I've thought about other game modes and maybe like dude, if I get money, I promise I will like keep supporting the game. And I've thought about maybe DLCs or stuff. Like I have a lot of things that I've thought about, but I don't want to say anything just because I can't really promise it. And Hirayu said, this is similar to Megabunk. I cannot see it. Hopefully it does as well. Well, if we do as well as Megabunk, that would be incredible. You think it's similar to Megabunk? I wouldn't say so. Maybe in the graphics. A little bit in graphics. But yeah, it's very, very different from my perspective. Yeah, so I think, yeah, that's all I have to talk about, or all I have to present you for this week's update. Hopefully next week we'll have a demo, or not a demo, a build. The demo is gonna come in November or December. And Nick, you say, I'm gonna try to get Mega Mage to Thunderstore when demo releases for sure. Awesome, awesome. And Nepo say, what I'm getting at is, you can take your game, clone it, and make a smaller scale version of it with ideas. Yeah. Until you say, alright, I'm gonna go. Go, good luck, and ping 75 times when the game releases, okay? No matter where. Whether it's a demo or not. Okay. We'll let you know whenever we have a build or something. I'll let you know. So thank you for joining, Tale. Really appreciate it. Bye. Enjoy the weekend. Maybe graphics and story of the development. More life, you say, can you play soft lights in night mode on the player? Well, yeah, it's not a limitation. We can have lights with the player. All of these lights are not baked, are dynamic lights, and it's because I don't really need that much lighting over here, and I don't really like. It doesn't really work well having baked lighting in the game, so I just use dynamic ones. Well, I think that's it. I've shown you everything that I've done this week, and I hope that you enjoyed the new enemy, this fella over here. I hope you enjoyed the design too. I spent some time designing him, alright. I think it turned out quite cool. Like, you can see the details. Just look at the chest piece. I'm so proud of that. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna leave it here. So, bye. Thank you for joining. And, oh, you're gonna bet? Okay. I'll just wait for you to bet. Yeah, maybe we can put a light. Maybe we can put a light after. We'll see when we have a more open world. So we'll see how that works. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the weekend, guys. Take care. The guy is just called Soldier. If you have better names, you can tell me in Discord. Bye-bye. Bye Shidai. Bye Tali. Bye Godfather. Bye Moinlef. Bye Nick. Bye Mihol if you're still here. Bye Asnok. Bye Nepal. Have I forgotten someone? I hope I haven't. BSM, are you still here? I'm not sure, but bye-bye. You can say so. I don't know if you're still here. Bye-bye.